style he throws in, and then you get him with Depp, and they kind of coexist and try to come up with things that Johnny wants in the movie and things that he wants in the movie. You can tell that. I really didn't feel like in this film, it seems like they never got rolling down smooth tracks together. It was bumpy. There was no rhythm with it.
It felt like they made it up as they went along. Let's just...
It bounced here, it bounced there. Johnny Depp and Eva Green, who is just amazingly hot.
Yes, they have great chemistry, though,
awesome.
in this.
Yeah, they're good in it, but as two people that are attracted to one another but hate each other at the same time. But the film just really... At 1 minute, Alice Cooper's in there, who I like Alice Cooper, but, Johnny Depp's been rocking out with different people on the side. He's kind of plays guitar on the side.
It's just kind of all over the place.
Hey, Alice, come be in this movie. Yeah, it was all over the place.
Then out of nowhere, one of the key characters just, hey, I'm a werewolf.
Yes.
That was kind of not even.
Yeah, Helen Bonham Carter's in this. Michelle Pfeiffer's in it. The acting is good, but
wait a minute. Did you say Helen Bonham Carter was in a Tim Burton movie?
Yeah, he's got his wife in about every film. But there was times I thought I was watching Death Becomes Her, the Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep. It had some weirdness like that. But
that's not
if you're fans of the old TV show, this is not it. This is Burton and Depp doing what they wish with it. This movie came out in the theaters the week after Avengers.
Great call there.
Bad choice. It should have came out last week.
Yeah, it is
a real Halloween.
It is a good movie for the Halloween season. But it just
yeah. I mean, I don't probably despise Burton. You're just kind of tired of Burton.
Yeah, I'm tired of this style of Tim Burton. I mean, it seems like lately he's just kind of going to the well, doing this. I would love to see him return. Even go back to kind of Sleepy Hollow, or even kind of what he did with Batman. It just seems like his last few movies have just been kind of the same.
Yeah.
And let's just add Johnny Depp as a weird character and let him kind of just
go. Yeah. It's a Johnny Depp.
I may have enjoyed
film,
this one if Tim Burton would have had somebody other than Johnny Depp, just somebody different doing it.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's just kind of just felt like they weren't trying.
Yeah, it had a little bit of that. Either that or it just didn't flow. Couldn't get a good rhythm with it at all. Okay, Big Red, what are you going to give Dark Shadows?
I'll give it 2 cans, just mainly for the cast was pretty good. So I'd give it 2.
Okay. I'll go with 2.5 on this. I am more of a Burton fan, but it felt like you felt like the movie was going the right direction. It'd change on you, and just a little rough. All right. Okay. Next on our list, and this has been we're trying to give you a lot of information here quickly this week, gang. So we would like to throw everything we can at you, and you make the choice. You decide what you want, but we will go ahead and throw this at you. This movie just came out. It's a musical based on a Broadway play that was a big hit, and if you are a fan of 80s glam rock like I am, you might like Rock of Ages. This is PG-13. It's 2 hours and 3 minutes. That's a long comedy. It's a long comedy drama musical, my friend.
And it feels like it.
It's long. A small town girl and a city boy meet on a Sunset Strip. Well, it sounds like a line out of a Journey song.
And
they pursue their Hollywood dreams. We're going to give you just a basic clip. We don't want to play a lot of music because we might get sued or something. But here's a little bit of Rock of Ages.
Jimmy, I told you 10,000 times, girls drink free, dudes pay full freight. They are dudes. Fame.
Yeah. And you can hear in that little clip some Alec Baldwin, some Paul Giamatti. This has got Tom Cruise in it.
This one felt like it went on for ages and ages.
Ages and ages.
It crams just a ton of 80s music down your throat, and I love 80s music.
Well, Def Leppard, they had obviously Rock of Ages,
Night Ranger, David Lee Roth, Foreigner, Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi.
A lot of singing, and it's a musical, so you understand that, but it didn't appear that they were. The Broadway musical has got a little more dark edge to it. This, I think, they just went for all-out campy retardedness. So, not.
About the only saving grace to me of this movie was Tom Cruise. Whether you're a fan or not, at least the guy just doesn't phone in and do the same performance every movie. He does try different things. He branches out, and in this one, he's well out of his normal comfort zone, playing rocker Stacey Jacks, the lead singer of the fictional band Arsenal, who is going to play the Bourbon Room one last time with his band before going solo. And the problem in Cruise,
Bourbon Room play on Whiskey a Go Go.
Yeah, and Cruise sings his own songs in this, but the problem is, and he doesn't have a bad voice, but you have Tom Cruise singing Paradise City, Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yeah, it's basically Cruise doing karaoke.
Pour Some Sugar on Me, and it takes you to me, at least it took me out of the movie. I would have much rather had them given Cruise some original songs to sing, but it was just waste of time. I give it 1 can just for Tom Cruise.
1 can. All right, I will agree. All right, and we're going to move on. So, and we also had some other movie news.
Yeah,
about,
the sign the apocalypse might be on us here.
So how many of you are familiar with the actor Jim Varney and the Ernest P. Worrell characters? So what's this Big Red? They're going to reboot this franchise?
Apparently, some genius has the bright idea that we need more Ernest movies. So we're going to
Hey, Vern.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Vern. So, yeah, we're going to be getting more of Ernest
Hey, Vern.
in the future here. Don't ask me why. But, yeah, definitely it's going to be a franchise reboot titled Son of Ernest.
Hey, Vern.
Yeah. And between 1987 and 1998, they put out a whopping 9 Ernest movies.
Hey, Vern.
That's a lot of movies, Vern.
Including classics as, Ernest, he went to camp, he saved Christmas.
Hey, my folks took me he went to camp.
Went to prison.
Most of those went straight to VHS, I would believe.
Ernest even went to Africa. He had an African adventure. I don't.
Hey, Vern.
Yeah, I don't know.
Has Ernest gone to hell though? We hope not. Jim Varney's he's the spring dog in Toy Story.
Jed Clampett in a god awful Beverly Hillbillies movie, but it's.
Hey, Vern.
Yeah, I don't know who.
Do you know who they're casting for Vern yet? I'm sorry, for Ernest P. Worrell. Who are they casting as Ernest P. Worrell?
Probably any poor soul who will take it. I don't know. I think they're just getting this up and running.
Hey, Vern.
Trying to find some chump to put some money into it.
The younger people are listening to this show. I hope you remember, if you even remember the character. But anyway, he used to say this a lot.
Hey, Vern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just move on. let's call it.
All right. So we've had some requests recently to delve into some sports movies, namely basketball. By our friend Jimmy, and other people agreed that they would like to hear us discuss some of our favorite basketball films, since we used to play basketball in high school. And
let's put this right out. You get this right out in the open that myself, RC, and Jimmy, we were the starting front court for 3 years of the PCA Tigers.
Yeah.
So we know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
we were dominating.
It starts out. If we're gonna talk about any basketball movie and the greatness, the great ones there are. There's only one that you can start out with and discuss, and it's got to be the Hoosier film.
And most important, don't get caught up thinking about winning or losing this game. If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game. In my book, we're going to be winners.
I'm ready to go run some suicides right now.
If that doesn't get you on the treadmill, I don't know what else will. I mean, I know Gene Hackman doesn't always watch the movies he stars in because he's weird that way, but he was awesome as
Coach Dale, Norman Dale.
Yeah. And if you want to break down Hoosiers, I mean, in its simplicity, Dale trying to reestablish himself as a coach after he made mistakes in life. If I could change anything about the film, I would like to see him maybe dig deeper into Coach Dale's past and show a little bit more about the mistakes he made and his relationship with the Barbara Hershey, who's always creepy. But however, they edited this film to be the piece that it is. It's just a feel-good sports movie.
You can go out.
Can't complain with that.
You can go out and get the 20th anniversary DVD of this, and it has a lot of great stuff on it. It has a great documentary. Talking about how Jack Nicholson was originally supposed to be the star in this, which Gene Hackman's so good in this, you can't even really see Jack Nicholson doing this. And they also the deleted scenes in the film are really great because they really cut a lot of the Barbara Hershey, Gene Hackman scenes out.
Yeah, the love story.
And so in that respect, I would really love to see them one day do the director's cut with the deleted scenes put back in. And
as a fan of the movie, the
DVD
factor.
also has the real championship game that this film was based on.
Wow,
so
cool.
And you pick it up usually for about $7 at Walmart.
Yeah.
So well worth it. Well worth it.
Yeah.
By far one of the best sports movies ever.
Yeah. Another one on a lighter note, one of my favorites, and probably Big Red's too, is in 2007, 2009, Will Ferrell was on his crank out a movie over 5 minutes, and he did Blades of Glory, which I didn't really care for. And then between Blades of Glory and Step Brothers, he threw out Semi-Pro, and I thought that was a funny movie with him and Harrelson. And
kind of a forgotten one of his.
Yeah, it is. And Woody Harrelson's in it. It's kind of got the Ron Burgundy 1970s style to it, a lot of afros.
If you like Slapshot, you'll love this.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both kind of the same.
It is a very forgotten movie of his, but if you're a basketball fan, he's trying to get his ABA team into the NBA.
The Flint Tropics. Chew on that one.
Yeah, that's one of our favorites.
The great poker game about calling them a jive turkey, and there's lots of good stuff in that. But also, you mentioned Woody Harrelson. Of course, he was in another one, White Men Can't Jump.
Yeah.
Which had him and Wesley Snipes in it, kind of playing basketball hustlers, which I always liked. The two of them had great chemistry, but it's pretty obvious watching that movie. Wesley Snipes had no clue how to play basketball. I mean, it was obvious Woody could play, and Wesley Snipes was all camera tricks and all.
Ron Shelton directed this. Did Bull Durham, and Rosie Perez stole a lot of scenes in this.
Yeah, exactly. She did too.
Yeah, if who's Tim? Who's the pitcher in Bull Durham? Tim
Robbins.
Tim Robbins could not pitch.
Yeah.
It was obvious, and it was kind of the same way with Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Another one that's also, I think, a little less heralded, but it's really an excellent picture, is Love and Basketball with Omar Epps and Sana Lathan. This is also produced by Spike Lee. It's about two young kids who they grow up next door neighbors to each other, and they each become the star player at their high school, end up both going to USC, and each have different levels of success. I mean, the kid in this, his dad was a pro player, and he's kind of like the next big thing. And it's really an interesting movie. It follows them, like I said, from their kids all the way up through playing it in the pros. And it's a movie that I think guys will like because the sports are good in it, and it's obvious both of the stars in it know what they're doing.
Omar Epps is he's a good actor. He hasn't done much lately.
And the women will really like it because it is a very good love story. So I think it'd be a good date movie, and both sides would be happy with that one.
So as far as the basketball films go, would be Hoosiers, Semi-Pros, another favorite of ours. White Men Can't Jump.
I tell you also a terrific one is Hoop Dreams, a documentary following two young guys through the high school in Chicago. They follow these guys for 4 years through a prep school, and you couldn't write a better thing. The stuff that happens, it's all real life, and it's a fantastic movie. But Hoosiers where it starts and ends. If you haven't seen Hoosiers, that's where you need to go right now. Go get it.
All right.
So big thanks to Jimbo for sending in that suggestion.
Yes, please send in any information. And Big Red, you tell them where to go.
We've got a couple different ways you can reach us. We've got our Big and Tall Show Movie Podcast Facebook page. You can leave suggestions, comments, contact us. We also have an email address, bigandtallshow@gmail.com.
Yes, and we'll review anything.
Exactly.
It's also got James Bond creeping up on us, which I'm very excited about. So that's just a week or two away.
You might just hear a little bit about that from us.
Okay. Well, I appreciate everyone listening to the Big and Tall Show. This is RC and Big Red, and we're signing off. We'll see you next week.
We're losing!
Teamwork, guys. More teamwork.
They're burying us alive! Every scout in the NHL is out there tonight with contracts in their pocket, and they're looking for talent, for winners. They come here tonight to scout the Chiefs, the toughest team in the Federal League. Not this bunch of pussies.